So I cut the lower hose on this because we're replacing it to drain it. Gotta disconnect this battery because this alternator's gotta come out of the way. I already took these two bolts off the rear box. Gotta get that out. Temp sensor right here. That'll come off. Usually you use a little screwdriver and just lifted the tab up right there on this guy. Now let's get that power cable. 10 millimeter maybe. Because unfortunately, this water pump. What's up, old timers?
What's up? Same old shit.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Glad you reminded me that I'm an old timer anyhow.
Well, people are starting to remind me that I'm one, so, I gotta make myself feel better about myself here.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's kind of the deal there.
Okay, I'll accept that.
So the 13 on top of the alternator here. Put that nut back in place. So this gets a 1/2-inch drive socket, and you want a big breaker bar. Pull the tensioner back, get the belt off, because that water pump goes underneath that alternator bracket, and we gotta get this belt off, this alternator out of the way. You don't have to, but we're gonna pull the thermostat housing because it just gives you better access, and these two hoses down here. So that what we're working on right now. Use a little bit of an extension to get past this water pipe. And this is that breaker bar, because you will need a ton of leverage to get this freaking belt off. Because it is really things are a bitch. There we go. Told you it was a bitch. That's a lot of freaking torque for a belt. Tension. 15. I hate Jeeps. Working on a position, they're always awkward. Should be extra labor time just for climbing over bumpers. Got a couple different size bolts. So a 15 and a 13. Yep. Teams. Freaking bolts right there, bro. Keep the relevant bolts together. Here's a stupid belt for the alternator right there. So this bracket's got to come out. Just theoretically, it doesn't have to. But this idler pulley's got to come off too. So, yeah, it's not a lot. So we're doing it. Here we got 16 bolt millimeter on the top and 13 on the bottom. Would have been nice if they used a 15 or a 13 for all of them, but they didn't. That bracket for the alternator. I'm going to leave those bolts with it. I got two idler pulleys here, one on the water pump. Pulley. Let's see if this will come out without taking the tensioner off. spacers. 2 Eiger pulleys. Got this goes on top. One's got, so the one on the right's a long bolt. One on the left, short bolt. So I'll leave them in their associated positions. Pull it off. There's that housing. On the thermostat housing. Again, it's not a requirement, but it does give you more room to work. And wouldn't be a bad idea while you're here, especially if it overheated. Change that thermostat out. When you fill it up, there's a bleeder screw. On this housing. And if you don't bleed it, you will. This is the bleeder screw. And you've got to crack it out open until air bubbles stop coming out of it when you fill up the radiator. If you don't do it, you will have it running inconsistently warm. With your fans coming on and off, and you not knowing why or what the hell's going on. If you needed a belt, it'd be a good time for that. This one's pretty good. Got 2 hoses down there, the lower one, and a heater hose. One hose, the lower hose, already opened up to drain the system. This is the right tool for that hose. Those pinch clamps, which are annoying, and you can get them with regular pliers, but that's also annoying depending on the positioning of the clamp. These tools can't save your ass. I won't be using these clamps. Reusing them. Break the seal on the heater hose. Yep. And you just pull it off. The lower hose I'm not worried about. Cut it, tear it, just we're replacing it. I'm not worried about not ripping it or tearing it. It's connected. And now we go after these water pump bolts. So I'm going to start next to the idler pulley bolt, right above this pulley, go around in circles because there's some different lengths. I think like every bolt's a different length, which is super annoying. I'm gonna start by cracking them loose. There's some underneath that are really hard to get to unless I go underneath the vehicle. 6, which I'm gonna do. Let's see. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did. There's at least 2 more. One above the water neck and one directly below it, so I'm gonna have to go underneath for that. Directly above the pulley. Got a shorty. Next one. It's longer. So, I do recommend you keep these freaking bolts in order. Another long one. Another long one left to center. One below that. That's a shorty. Another one I can see below that. Looks like that one might be a shorty also. Yep. So I got the 2 underneath left. I'll show you what we're going after here. Next to where the lower hose is, there's a bolt right there, another 10. Then there's one that looks like it belongs to it, but that ain't to it. So it's over here, directly underneath. This one here is for a timing cover, don't worry about it. So get this hose out of the way, probably see it better. All right, the bottom one is directly underneath. I know it's hard to see, guys, right there, but for reference, you just look at your new pump. This is the one I was pointing at. There's the one next to the lower hose down there I gotta get off. Then there was one over here. It looks like it's for the pump, but it's not, the timing cover. So I'm going after those right now. Here's them. All right. Bastard. Swivel socket. And that one's long. So the very bottom one was short. And that one's long. Now, This is why you want a hat. Because guess what happens next? We're gonna lower it through that. Okay, I think I got all the bolts. Now comes this part. Getting this guy. This always makes you second guess if you got all the bolts or not. There we go. There's the pump. And that pink was leaking right out from up here underneath the pulley, right where it's supposed to leak. Let you know it's going bad. So, what was that? About 30 minutes to pull it. Put my bolts in their positions here. Now, we gotta clean all the old gasket materials, prep it, and reverse procedure.